Hey, what's up YouTube? DontStabYou here, and you're watching me play some Gears 3 on the map Old Town. And I'm surprised nobody contested me. Oh wait, it's Digger Round. Of course nobody's going to contest me for it. And Gorilla just fucked that bot up. I think we're playing against a lot of bots at the beginning. We might be playing against 2 real humans and 3 bots. For some reason, this game doesn't like to fill people in. And I tend to do that a lot with the Digger launcher. The first shot I shot, I rolled into it, and I tend to roll into it. It's a terrible thing because it's killed me multiple times. So yeah. But what I want to talk about today isn't Gears in general. I do want to mention one thing at the end of this video, but like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm pretty active on Twitter. I have about 90 followers or something like that. And one of the followers, the Vergatas, Virgo, she made a tweet something about, let me pull it up, something about her kids. Why do kids stick things up their nose? Let's see. Why do kids stick shit up their nose? Blood all over the damn place. So I'm like, oh my god, what the hell did they put up there? A screwdriver? And she says something about tissue. They had a tissue and she tried to dig it out or something like that. And she goes, kids are fun. And I asked her for permission to use her name and stuff, otherwise I would have just said one of my friends. But I'm going to torture her and humiliate her publicly. But before I do any more of that, I'm going to tell you guys a bit of a story that I really thought of when she posted that tweet. And it was when I was much younger. I was around, let's see. How old are you in kindergarten? Like 5? Is that how old you are when you're in kindergarten? I was around 5 years old. I was living in one of my other house. I lived in this house for pretty much my entire life, but I was living in another house, and I wasn't the only child. I had a little sister. She was a baby, but I'm sitting there. My mom was vacuuming. I remember exactly. We had like a bar stool countertop thing, but it was like on the other side of the kitchen, and I was sitting there eating my breakfast. And my breakfast consisted of Captain Crunch, Crunch Berries, or whatever. I don't really know how to word it, but it was the Crunch Berries thing. And well, I'm 5 years old. I'm sitting there eating it, right? And I hadn't put milk in it yet, so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna eat this like a dog. So I put it on the ground, and I proceeded to eat like a dog. And my mom was just sitting there over there across the room, just vacuuming, and all of a sudden, I inhale through my nose, and I crunch. I swear to God, I'm not joking about this. I can get her on here, and she can tell you. Somehow, the crunch berry got sucked up from the bowl and lodged into one of my nostrils. Now, I'm freaking out, because I'm like, oh God, there's a crunch berry at my nose. What am I going to do? And I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god. So I try to get it out. I try to stick my finger in my nose to get it out. And all I do is push it up further. And I'm like, no! And I'm just like, oh god. And I'm starting to freak out. And I'm like, okay, let me let me try this. Let me try it again. So I try to do it again. And I just fail. And I just push it up even farther, right? So I got this crunch berry stuck in my nose. My food is on the floor because I'm trying to eat like a dog for whatever reason. And I just like a headshot there. And my mom is still vacuuming. And I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, oh gosh, she's gonna be angry at me or something like that. So I finally like, I walk up to her and I'm like, Mom, I have a crunch berry stuck in my nose. And she's like, how in the world did you get a crunch berry in your nose? I'm like, I tried to eat like a dog. And she's like, alright, well let me come here. She tried to get it out of my nose with her hand, and it didn't work. It just pushed it up further. And she's like, well, I'm gonna go have to get the pliers. And I was like, the pliers? So she goes into the garage and gets a pair of like needle nose pliers, and I'm like fearing for my life at this point. I'm 5 years old and this woman's about to stick pliers up my nose. And I was just like, oh god, please, don't let her do this. Let the crunch berry just fall out. And I'm trying to blow it out of my nose and trying to hold in the other nostril and just blow it out. Nothing is working. This thing is lodged in there like freaking steel, frozen and then putting into something. I don't know. it's lodged in there. There's no way of getting this crunch spray on. I'm just like, oh my god, this crunch spray is gonna be in my nose forever. And then all of a sudden, I go. She comes back with the pliers, and I'm freaking out, right? Because my dad's a jet engine mechanic, so these aren't like tiny needles on those pliers. These things are huge. Like these things, like you could stick in your nose and pull out your brain, like huge. They're ridiculous. And so she goes in for the kill, and I'm just like, no. And she's like, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna actually do that. And she like broke the crunch berry in my nose, and it just kind of fell out. And just told me to blow. And I thought that was a funny story to tell. And since I embarrassed Virgo, I figured I would do it to myself as well. That was the video, guys. Both me and Gorilla did a vigilant. We both went 14-0. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Leave your feedback, or leave me feedback. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.